You should be watching.
Look at my horse is amazing.
Hey yo, what's good people? Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Kicking it off, we have the Demoniacal fit father and son unbreakable bond. Whenever you see pictures like this laid out, this pretty much means that it's on the way, if not already in stock on certain AliExpress sites. But we're gonna go through the pictures real quick. We're gonna do the same for the Trunks figure that y'all see on the screen. Just gonna go, let's do this real quick. You know, looking at this figure, all I can think is Shala, hey Shala. Don't make fun of my singing. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Yo, I will say it is pretty dope the amount of faces that Gohan gets, considering that he's just a mini statue, more or less. But let's move on to Trunks. Trunks, what are they titling it this time? The coming one, free the future. Yo, free the future. This is an excellent release, just off the sheer volume of accessories, and honestly, it just works well as an alternative to the Tonson Art Toys Trunks if you're not feeling that Trunks. I will say, with the translucent arms, that's a dope addition to give almost this vibe of movement, you know, because it's supposed to be blurry or what have you, as the arms are moving so fast. But once again, beautiful spread of accessories, and you know, Demoniacal fit has a message. All accessories can be easily replaced and installed without having to remove the arm. Stab, stab, Tonson Art Toys, eat your heart out. Now I don't even know that that's a thing where you have to take the arms off with Tonson Art Toys. I just said that just to be, you know, make it dramatic, to sensationalize the clear pettiness of Demoniacal fit versus Tonson. But oh yeah, with this right here, they saying that it's out right now, so definitely I'll have a link for that in the description below. But that being said, let's move on to the next company.
Built RHINO Tough.
So now for this portion of the video, I think we're just gonna rapid fire some studios. First of all, we're on Korea News and Kang Dragon Ball Toy. Well, it's a collab post, but check out both pages. This is the RHINO Studios Ultra Ego Vegeta. Now, I was kind of skeptical about this Vegeta head sculpt, but it's looking good. I can't front. This is looking dope. There goes the other faceplates. Wait. Oh, I said the other as if the smiling face wasn't right there. But this is coming along very nicely. If I had to nitpick it, and in this picture, I guess the skin looks glossy, but that's not even really something. This is still being developed, so that's not even really a real concern for myself at this point in time. But looks good. Let's move on to the next studio. Like I said, rapid fire. In case you missed it, the prior releases, Kami 1/ Tonson Art Toys is re-releasing their future Trunks figures, and there you have it there. Let's move on to the next thing. Continuing on with the rapid fire style of news reporting, we have the VITO Forge Goku Black, and it looks great. We can only hope that the figure is actually, well, the QC of the figure is as great as the figure looks. Like I said, looks very promising thus far. We can only hope, like I said, that it's as good as it looks QC wise, and of course there goes Gohan Black. But let's move forward. Nan and T seems to be taking their jab at a future Gohan kit. I'm assuming that it'll be more than just these head sculpts. It'll also be, of course, the no arm sleeve and whatnot. As far as pre-orders go, I don't know if this is gone up for pre-order yet. I think they're still in the development phase in terms of, you know, working on a sculpt and whatnot. But let's move forward. So this is going to be in the Nan and T section, but it's going to be weird because I'm recording it after the last kit for Goku with his torn shirt, and also to fill in that gap for the games begin figure. And this is probably the worst looking one. Not even gonna lie to you. It's not even probably. It is the worst looking one. But still in the development phase. A lot could change. Let's stay optimistic. Let's move forward.
Baby.
baby shark, do 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 do.
Staying on my good man Courier News' page, we have the super replacement part, Black Shark Model BSM. So basically a replacement part, as you could see, to fill in that gap for Goku. Now, why everybody chose this specific style of torn shirt, and when I say everybody, well, I'll just take us into the next studio. And do you see what I mean? I'm gonna try to group this all when I edit the video all together in terms of, you know, studio after studio. But GK Studios right here also doing a kit to adjust the Games Begin Goku, you know, to fill in that gap. But also they have the torn shirt option. But why did everybody decide to do the same torn shirt style? What's up with that? Either way, well, I guess that's par for the course for a third party. But either way, let's move forward. Like I said, rapid fire style. Here is a look at the RE Custom, or what did they call themselves under this particular release? Voltorb Studio or something like that. Why they name their studio after a Pokemon? Either way, questions I don't have answers to that are unimportant. RE Custom's hair sculpts look like they're coming along very nicely. And here's the Ultra Ego hair sculpt, as well as the Super Saiyan 3 hair sculpt from RE Customs. All looking good so far. But that's par for the course for RE Customs. They rarely, if ever, miss. Let's move forward. So this will go into the RE Custom segment. I'm recording this later on. Like damn near done with the video recording it, or done recording at least, not editing. But they tease this on that page. Now I don't even really know what this means. I'm assuming this means, hey, a head sculpt, because that's all they've done. If this was to be a full figure, well, it looks great. It looks like that first appearance of Trunks, for real, like straight out the anime or manga. While, you know, the one that we have is more stylized to something like Dragon Ball FighterZ, I think. But yeah, it exists. It's here. We'll see what actually becomes of this.
It's still a mystery.
Now we on Steve Chen's page. Yo, what happened to you, Steve, man? It's been a minute since I seen you active on Instagram. Either way, I'm grateful for the high quality pictures of this Yamcha head sculpt, which I didn't even know this is something I would even want, but this looks really good. I'm not even a huge Yamcha fan, but this looks really good. What studio is this? I said it. I'm asking y'all, and I'm the one supposed to be reporting. No, yo, what kind of unprofessional shit is this? Either way, I'm gonna definitely have to figure out what studio this is, so I could put it in the title card before this segment even starts. But it's looking really good. I'll have the name of the studio and whatnot, and like I said, the title card. On to the next thing.
EK Star.
So here we have, once again, rapid fire style. We got the TK Custom Broly head sculpt, and to me this is literally the epitome of a day late and a dollar short, because this head sculpt is for, you know, the original mold Broly, and at this point in time, like releasing, especially with the ZL Studio Broly, this is almost obsolete. But for those that want to just upgrade their older Broly, or don't even care to get the ZL Broly, because, you know, everybody got a different opinion and taste, here you go. Here's an option to upgrade your Broly. Either way, let's move forward.
HM Studio on the air.
So, funny enough, at long last, HM Studio has finally, it seems like they're finally dropping this Super Saiyan 2 Gohan hair sculpt that went up for pre-order how long ago now? HM moves at fucking tortoise pace. But either way, it's looking good. I'm happy that it's finally about, at least it's looking like it's gonna release. Like, all I can say is about time. It looks like a great hair sculpt, but we already knew that. We was just waiting for the shit to finally come out. Like, goddamn. Either way, we're just gonna get through these pictures real quick. And let's see. Oh, there goes the what if, like your Tenkaichi what if right here. What if he went beast against Cell? And I think that's the last picture. Nope. There goes the Yo, I'm a sucker for that transparent hair, man. That transparent hair does look really nice. But we'll get to that in a second. Well, not in a second, but we'll get to that later. On to the next thing.
Black Hole Sun, won't you come?
Here we have the Albus Pack. Basically, it is Omni-God Goku. And as you can see, a huge amount of faceplates for this particular release. Now, this is a very niche release because, you know, it's fan fiction. When it comes to fan fiction, that's always going to take a backseat to something that was officially in the manga or the show. Either way, though, this is being done by Black Hole Toys, and I don't even know what's going on with Black Hole Toys. That shit, didn't they say that shit dissolved? But this was posted on December 23rd by Happy Model Store, the Instagram. So, is this project still a go? I guess so, because they said it's gonna soon in stock. So, we'll see what becomes of that. Either way, it looks like it's for the legendary Super Saiyan Goku body. I don't know what body it's gonna be for. We'll see. On to the next thing.
Yeah!
So I'm a meathead because, yo, bro, this whole time I was calling ZT Studio, ZL Studio, all these Z's, bruh. But ZL Studio is doing the slimmer Broly. ZT is doing the one that Broly. The one with the yellow hair is already out, and the more saturated red skirt piece that's already out. This is up for pre-order. But yeah, this is what I was referring to when I kept on saying ZL earlier. Like when I called the older Broly basically obsolete because of ZL or ZT. I did it again, man. Let me get through the ZT stuff because there is a lot of Broly stuff in regards to ZT. But this looks great. This is like, matter of fact, I showed y'all the renders for this like damn near like a year ago now. It was either at the end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025, but it was a render that came out of nowhere with Broly. But the person that was working on it at the time, I think they were saying that it was going to be like a 1/18th scale figure, and I was like, damn, that sucks. It sure would be nice if somebody did like a 1/12 scale one. And you know, some people could argue that this figure is oversized or what have you. I think it works because never in the show are they always 100% on model in terms of the scale of the characters. You feel me? So, you know, that's how that go. On to the next thing. I really said on to the next thing like we was going to another company. Here is the ZT Studio Super Saiyan 4 Broly. The Battle Damage Super Saiyan 4 Broly. And then you have Limit Break, of course, and then Limit Break Battle Damage version. I ain't gonna lie. I feel a way about this. That's 4 different figures. I'm not getting all 4 of these to review. And nobody said I had to, but I don't know. I needed to complain for the sake of complaining. On to the Super Saiyan 5. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed with this because I was hoping they did it like the Toyotaro art or the Toyable art that they showed off where he had the slimmer build, but it is what it is. This still looks nice. Once again, normal version, battle damage version. What are you gonna do? On to the next thing. So here we have the actual ZL Broly, which is the slimmed down version of Broly. Now, Kong Studios is also doing a version of that. We haven't seen any printed out prototypes for that figure just yet, or it hasn't even gone up for pre-order. I think they said it'll go up for pre-order once the Super Saiyan 4 Broly wave has been released. But it's looking good so far. The articulation looks like, you know, it's looking pretty good. No complaints thus far. I can't wait to see more updates on it. On to the next thing. Here's yet another rapid fire one. We have the ZH Studio. You see what all these Z's? Y'all see what I'm talking about? Like, yo, shit give me, yo, let's get me tight. All right, anyway, you know, this is one head sculpt I was like very iffy about, but once again, as we see more photos, and this is something for me, like I would usually get on somebody about this, like, yo, you know, we gotta wait to see updated pictures and whatnot, but this is looking really, it's looking good. I can't, like the hair sculpt, I'm still not 100% sold on, but this looks good. I can't lie at all. The faceplates look great. we'll see how it ultimately turns out. But yeah, so far so good. On to the next one.
Beast up.
Now we are on once again Kang Dragon Ball toy page, and we have good old Kong Studio Anime Mythos. What else? Beast Deity, Devil Eyes, Legion, as my good man Adrian would say. We have the Super Saiyan 5 Broly, and once again referencing my good man Adrian, all the budget seems to have went to the Super Saiyan 4 wave. It completely sucked the Vegito wave dry, and they put all the budget here because these look great. Now, one thing, I don't know if I'll have it on the screen as I, edit the video, but somebody said, yo, why is he black though? And, nothing wrong with him being, like, I have to ask the same question because the skin tone is supposed to be like a dark, like that reddish skin tone, not supposed to be like mocha brown. I mean, it looks nice, looks great. It just doesn't look like how a majority of the artworks depict him. That's all. But like I said, oh, and another thing right here. So, theory of mine, and if you said it before, I didn't hear you say it. You get what I'm going with this. I'm not trying to be like, oh, like I heard it somewhere and stole it. I was thinking as I was looking at these promo pictures, I was like, did they shrink down that Vegito torso from this original sculpt? So originally started off as Broly, but they shrunk it down to be Super Saiyan 4 Vegito's torso. Because that could explain the Kylo Ren kind of look that Vegito has, Once again, this looks great. This figure is looking really, really nice. It's not even my favorite of this wave, and that reminds me, we're going to have to move on to the next set of pictures. Once again, this is probably my favorite one of the wave, the Dark Super Saiyan 4 Broly. Whoa! I really like this figure a lot. They really seem to be cooking with this wave. This is probably one of their better waves to date, and I think it also solves some of the issues that the original legendary Super Saiyan Broly had. So, like I said, nothing. It's looking really good so far. As I always say, ultimately, you'll know the final truth once you get it in hand. Moving on to the next one. And here is yet another great set of pictures. Damn, they're looking like a team of Power Rangers right here. Wait, did we just look at... oh, wait, we gotta look at the Limit Breaker Broly too? No, we looked at the Super Saiyan 5 Broly first. Alright, we gotta look at the Limit Breaker Broly. Hold on, let's move on to that. Okay, I'm gonna put my foot in this thumbnail for this video because there's a lot of high quality pictures that I could pull from. Either way, Kang Dragon Ball toy sale same page. Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly. This one looks really good too. Hey man, this is how you present your work. These high quality shots, it'll make me damn near exaggerated, because like I say always, we'll know what's what once we get it in hand, and also we'll know what's what once we see the physical releases for the ZT stuff. I got it right that time. The ZT Brolys, let's move forward. Would you believe me if I told you that I was really about to end this whole Anime Mythos segment without even looking at the regular Super Saiyan 4 Broly? Shame. And by the way, don't answer that question. Here we have regular Super Saiyan 4 Broly. We're just going to look at the pictures real quick, and then also we're going to take a trip to 5K Toys real quick because I saw that they have some actually in-hand pictures. It's not of all of them, but enough of them to get a general vibe for what's going on with these figures. Let's move to 5K Toys real quick. So the footage has already started, but once again, in-hand look at one. This is the Super Saiyan 5 Broly, of course. Alright, the skin tone looks a bit more reddish there. And some of those photos, he was looking brown skin instead of having that reddish undertone to the skin that, Super Saiyan 5 is known for, which is, of course, before somebody says it, yeah, I know it's based off of Tablos, Spirit Killer Tablos, but, as I always say, the fandom adopted, or basically, I'm not going to say confiscated, but they took that form and ran with with it. It belongs to the community at this point, but we know the originator is Tablos. And here is the other in-hand picture right here of Dark Super Saiyan 4 Broly. I think this is arguably the coolest looking one in my opinion. But you know, the final test will be in hand, especially, let me say this real quick, particularly for Beast D, because I know a lot of y'all, a bit kind of funny with Beast D in terms of the QC, and trust me, I've experienced it myself in the past, particularly with when they first released that Ultra Ego Vegeta, and it was at the time it was a birthday gift from my girlfriend at the time, and I remember playing around with it and the wrist peg broke, and I was hurt. But either way, that's neither here nor there. Let's move forward. So we have here a rather unique circumstance in terms of a Dragon Ball figure. I missed out on the Mafia Vegeta. I'm not gonna miss out on this, and I think this is the same studio. I'm not even sure if it's the same studio because I don't remember the other studio being called Free Studio. Either way, martial artist forever, business Goku with the suit, the baggy non-fitted suit. You feel me? But this is I say all that to say it's a unique release. The Super Saiyan hair sculpt. Oh wait, it is the same company, bruh. Anyways, yeah, I missed out on the Mafia Vegeta, Mafia Boss Vegeta. I'm gonna have to track this one down. That being said, on to the next thing. Oh yeah, pre-orders are open for this, by the way. Links will be in the description. Okay, so the KW Studio Cell Juniors are in stock, so I'm assuming that if they're in stock on 5K, they most certainly in stock on some AliExpress sites. Links will be in the description. This is just like, once again, rapid fire right here. So now we got something that I wasn't expecting myself to even care about, but I might be convinced that, you know, it still needs some tweaks. But as you can see, Super Saiyan 3 product from Dragon Ball Heroes. This is looking good so far. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, as I always say, and as I've said throughout this video. We'll know what the ultimate deal is once we have it in hand, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Like that shoulder, arm, bicep proportioning right there needs to be adjusted for sure. And also we need to make sure that this figure can crunch forward, because I don't really see a crunch. It looks like it's all one solid thing. So if those things are addressed, this could be a really good release. We'll see. This is still a work in progress and everything like that, but let's move on to the next thing.
It's still a mystery.
And now the end is near. I'm no Frank Sinatra, but here what we have is something that completely unexpected news. I hope no more news like this comes out after I've recorded all these parts. But we have, at first I was like, you know, I was on some who's that Pokemon type shit. I was like, yo, who is this? Who could this be? What? This character, he looks so familiar. He looks like he's very spiky, so he must be a Digimon. Don't ask me why my mind went to Digimon. Well, I just told you why my mind went to Digimon. He looked mad spiky. And then I was like, hold up, he looks familiar. Duh, bomb. Omega Shenron. And we did have an Omega Shenron tease like a year ago. Not too far apart from when the Beast Deities Broly was first like shown off or teased. Whenever that happened. But it was a teaser from the studio called Lionheart X Devil Eye. So Lionheart, we know, is the name that Kong goes under when they do these re-releases. So clearly some type of branch of Kong. Now for this particular tease right here, is it gonna be Anime Mythos? Possibly, but before, when I thought ZL Studio was gonna be like another studio, like another name for Kong Studios, but seems like it's definitely a separate thing. Well, not seems like, that is definitely a separate thing. I say that to say this might not be Devil Eyes X Lionheart right here. This could be another studio trying to undercut Kong. So we'll see. Time will tell the tale. And another thing, I'm real talkative today. I've been you know, I feel real comfortable as of recent. Either way, I gotta get this off my chest. Completely Dragon Ball unrelated, but it has to do with action figures. Yo, what's up with all the big titty action figures recently? Yo, y'all mess with that? Like, it's half a joke, but half a serious question. I guess, you know, sex always sells, but yo, that shit is kind of funny. Like, how do y'all, for the people that do collect it, and I'm not saying I'm opposed to collecting it, but how do you, like, you got family over or what have you, how you explain that on your shelf? Like, what do you say? Do you feel there's anything that you need to explain? I don't know, post in the comments below. I'm legitimately curious if you made it this far in the video. But with that being said, you know, I'm always grateful for you guys' support. I'm grateful for the DMs I get on Instagram. I'm gonna plug my Instagram more often because I've gotten back into my toy photography flow, and that's, you know, mostly what I post on there. So I'm gonna promote that some more. I'm gonna have the link to that, to my Instagram in the description. And also, if you DM me, I'm pretty good with responding to DMs. So. Alright people, would y'all believe I was about to start this recording without, or end this whole video without even having discussed this? Knowing damn well I know people would eat this up. They would love this. This was supposed to be earlier on in the video, but it's going to be an OT now. We have the Red Leaf Studio Janemba. Now originally I wasn't even going to cover this, even though I know I said I forgot to cover it, and I originally wasn't going to cover it because of what you see on the screen. I saw it and I was like, the Dragon Stars looks better than this. And this is no disrespect to the people or the team working on it, because we're going to swipe through the pictures and we're going to see some dramatic improvements. So this is what I saw, and shout out to my good man Divine for sending this to me. And then also the person that's been giving us updates on this Janemba. Once again, like I said, you can see why originally I wasn't going to cover this, because I was just like, yeah, I'm cool. My bad for the notification sound. Here's where it looks like now, currently. Now, like I said, the person that's been giving us updates on this is a gentleman by the name of Zealous Zenkai. I don't even know that they're a gentleman. They could be whatever. Y'all catch the drift. Yeah, there we go. Zealous Zenkai. Go check out Zealous Zenkai, because they have been giving updates on this. How frequently, I don't know. I just started following them, so we're gonna see. Time will tell the tale, but this is looking way better. And once again, this just goes to show, as I said previously in this video, you never know. You got to give people time to, you know, refine a project before we could really judge it. But sometimes I would just say keep some stuff in the draft and then just show us like a final product like this, or not. This is not even final necessarily here, but show us a more refined thing, you know. But you know, it's also cool to see the progress. But with all this being said, this should be the end. I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel again about my gratefulness to you guys, but just know I am grateful. And until next time, peace.